Hey, this is Arsene from Rambling Rican. Sorry for the air conditioner blaring in the background, but it is freaking hot up here in the Northeast. Y'all from the South can actually tell me to shut up because I know it's hotter down there, but I'm totally a hermit, so I live under central air right now. So anyway, speaking of hot in summer, welcome to Sasuke season, because Sasuke 32 is finally airing in Japan. We just heard over the weekend the new air date. The air date is Sunday, July 3rd. Now, for those who watch online, it is airing in Japan at their time, 6:30 p.m. For us, it is, well, for me in the East, is 5:30 in the morning that same day. I personally am looking forward to it because I missed the first 50 people. So, and it's always different when you're there, that you just get like pieces here and there, but when you see the whole thing edited, it's an entirely different experience. I also wanted to let you guys know that Navi has also been announced, which is actually a bit early this year, where usually we kind of hear like a couple days before going, oh yeah. For those who are not familiar, Navi is short for navigational, and that's their version of a preview show. What is usually is basically all where the major fluff pieces are, and some background information, and every so often actually some runs that are actually cut from the program. So for those who are interested, that will be airing the day before on the 2nd. Now, the timing is a little weird because they're running it their time around 3 p.m. their time, which would be 2 a.m. in the East, 11 p.m. I think is Friday night in the Pacific, and then they repeat it again a few hours later, but it's a 30-minute program. And usually I watch both because sometimes they throw a couple Easter eggs, like, you know, swap out a couple things and put, I mean, it could be the exact same thing, I don't know. I'm watching both and I'll be blogging both. But yeah, there's a lot of new people this year that have been introduced to Sasuke through A&W, which is the reverse of every other year that's ever happened. But welcome, everyone. So a lot of things you should look forward to. The broadcast is vastly different than the old G4 version. And for those who have not had that experience at all, it is very different in general. Most of it has music. The pacing is different. You don't get the occasional lately, but not as much of, you know, coming up next. That just doesn't happen. In fact, the worst that happens is when you're in the middle of a run and the person's about to jump and buy some beer. I mean, literally, it is that abrupt. But we'll put some stuff on the boards as to different things that you can look forward to. The commercials alone are hilarious, and so that's just an experience altogether. Now, actually, the last 2-3 years, I think now that they've been doing this, they will be doing another Nico Nico broadcast. Nico Nico is a streaming service similar to like YouTube and Twitch. It's a Japanese version. I personally hate it, but hey, whatever, it's free. So they will be running that at the exact same time. In fact, they start half hour before, so that will be 6 p.m. their time, 5 a.m. my time, or 2 a.m. if you're in the West Coast, and everything in between. All of those links are going to be up on my site. And they usually go half hour before and then sometimes even half hour afterwards. I've seen them do that. Yeah, that's usually about 4 to 5 hours just straight. And that's just them talking. The whole thing will be in Japanese. They are sitting in a room. You don't see the broadcast from that link. They're actually staring off screen to the actual broadcast, and they watch it live. So for those watching that and the stream of the tournament, the times are also going to be different because they're on now and we're in then now, because there's always some sort of delay in the background. In the next couple of weeks, I should be putting up some videos from this year's trip. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different this year. First of all, get them out a hell of a lot faster. And the other is I'm going to be doing a couple little informational videos. One of them is actually what to pack. Now, I know this sounds like, hey, you know, sponsor it. No, I'm not sponsored. I don't even have enough people on YouTube to do that. I just noticed from the trips from last year to this year there were some things that I wish I knew on the way over the first time around, and I learned from the first time to fix it on the second time. And the trip went a whole lot better that way. So I figured there are people that have been wanting to go to Japan, and even stupid little ideas, that can make their life easier. I'd rather do something like that, and if I can pay it forward, then even better. So look forward to that. Actually, there's 4 videos in total where they had used the 360 technology. I'm happy they did it. I still don't like that technology. I kind of get like motion sickness from that. He did a good job holding it together as much as possible, and for those who are into that sort of thing, I mean, even if you pause it, you can get to like move it around up and down so you can see around whatever is near him. But yeah, so he does something every year, running the course, if people are kind of interested as to what the heck he was doing. And then the other was basically a how-to from Mr. Sasuke. I can reserve whatever jokes from my end on that one, but he's always in on the joke, so it kind of goes with it. I'll put a link to all of those videos on my description, and enjoy them. I'm sure there's going to be more because we still have just under 2 weeks when all of this starts. So as a reminder, the Americans that are competing this year, we have the debut of Casey Catanzaro, and then we have the return of Brent Stephenson, who was in Sasuke before twice. So this is his 3rd run. And then also his 3rd run is Drew Drushel, returning from the 3rd stage last year. For the Indiegogo backers, I should have all of your stuff out. I'm crossing fingers this weekend. I'm going to work on getting all the packages. I have all the mailing forms, envelopes, and customs forms and all of that that I've been waiting for, and I finally get that done. So hopefully I should get them out this weekend, barring disaster. So I'll do my best. I'll keep you posted if anything gets delayed, but hopefully I should get it done. I've been sick this week. Yay, summer colds. And just like that, I totally forgot last thing. Final Stage Podcast. I did mention that it is up for the month of June? Yes, for June. I don't even know what day it is. Anyway, for July's broadcast, we will be taping that generally regular time. We usually skip the first day of the month because it's on a Friday. But this time around, we're gonna tape it anyway to have it out by July 1st, if at all possible, because the tournament is coming up, and I figured that podcast alone is going to be pretty epic. So what we're going to do is break that apart and have, obstacle discussion, and of course discuss all of the things that are happening during June, which, leading up to the tournament, and hopefully help promote the live streaming that will be happening on Sunday. In the meantime, because of that format, we probably will have some time for some questions. I did post a questionnaire thing in SMF. I also posted it on Reddit and on my Twitter. For those who follow just my blog or even this YouTube, feel free to send messages both on the blog and on the YouTube. I will be collecting it from all of those locations. I would assume deadline for that would be no later than Monday or Tuesday. Just get it in this as quickly as possible on my blog or on Twitter, on SMF, on YouTube, on the Final Stage Podcast. Either is fine. I'm going to be checking all those locations to get all the questions, and we'll be answering them in episode 15? Yeah, I think it's 15. I can't even keep them apart. But either way, for July's broadcast, which will be sometime next week, I will say probably on Friday. So either way, whenever William can get to it, but it will be before the tournament, as best as possible, barring disaster. So yeah, sorry about that last thing. So either way, until the next update, take care.